take it on. Nothing is stopping me from getting to my dream. Feeling empowered now. My soul strengthens me. I can do anything. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life. I'm unstoppable, exceptional, incredible. My dream is coming true in my life. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 2. It's day 2 of your Master Your Message Challenge. My name is Matt Boggs. It is a pleasure to be with you. I am the co-founder here at the Brave Thinking Institute, and we are all here to help you amplify your message and your difference making in the world. I want you to know right now, you're actually joined by 4,500 people from around the world, amazing, heart-centered, like-minded individuals who all have a heart for difference making. And I want to celebrate the many of you who maybe you sent a message out to your friends or family, put an email out, but we've had a bunch of people join just from yesterday to today. So if today is your first day tuning in live, I want to say welcome. Congratulations for being here. You made a great decision to invest in yourself with these 5 days, because I kid you not, what you will learn in these 5 days is going to stay with you for the rest of your speaking, teaching, coaching career. Now, some of you are already certified coaches with the Brave Thinking Institute. Some of you are certified through other schools. Some of you are here thinking about becoming a life coach. Like, you're exploring this. You're working maybe some other career right now. But in any case, I want you to know you're in the right place, because these tools you will use to craft not just one signature story, but many different signature stories that connect right to the heart, right to the mind of your audiences in such a way that inspires them to take action in their life and opens them up to wanting to work further with you in whatever services you have to offer. So we're going to go ahead and dive right on in. Today is day 2. And yesterday we talked about 2 success secrets of high impact coaches. And as a quick review, the success secrets, number 1 was understanding your why you do what you do, and why now is your time to share your message. And the second thing is understanding what problem you solve. And these days build on each other. We're going to actually use the work you did in crafting the problem you solve in today's curriculum. But know this, that problem that you solve, you will be able to use it over and over and over again. I want to celebrate those of you, particularly who went in and did videos in the group, because I know it takes an extra level of commitment to do a video. You know, sometimes you're like, my hair is not done, or for the ladies, my makeup's not done, and you do it anyway. And you just go with what you got, or you're like, oh, this isn't perfect, but you put yourself out there. And so Christy, I want to give a shout out for Christy putting her video into this space. Love that. Christy, your share was so great. Kristen Loweth, here's Kristen bringing her problem in here. This is so great. Just awesome. Hillary Camille, loved this, that you're up for this challenge. Some of you were saying this, you were like, And I love this. You're like, I don't normally do videos. This is the first video I've done on Facebook, and I'm putting myself out there. And I love that. I want to acknowledge you and celebrate you, because the only way we get new results in our life is if we take new action. And often that action is uncomfortable and it's scary, but if you're willing to do it, that's how your life expands. So that's what we covered yesterday. Today, we're going to be diving into the 5 Ds of your dynamite signature story. And then tomorrow, I'll share with you, you take your signature story and teach you where you can share it. And how do you stand out from the crowd of all the other people who are sharing their stories. Day 4, I'm going to give you an 8-step framework. So no matter what talk you're giving, whether it's a 30-minute talk, an hour-long or 3-hour workshop, these 8 steps, you can plug your content into this 8-step framework. And this is exactly what moves people to action and wanting to work with you. You're going to love this content on day 4. And then day 5 is where it all comes together, because this is the great, what I call the governor or the ceiling on our success, is the fear that we have going to the next level of result for ourselves. Sharing your message in whatever platform or stage that's next level for you. Some of you, it's just getting yourself online for the very first time. Others of you, it's that TEDx talk, or it's the national media, or whatever it is, that big podcast that you want to be on. How do we overcome the fear that holds us back? We're going to be giving you some really, truly life-changing mindsets and techniques to help you step in to shining your light in even greater ways. So I hope you're in for joining us all 5 days live. I see our VIP group here live. We've had 50 of you, exact numbers, 53 of you sign up, join us for the VIP experience. I want to celebrate and acknowledge all of you. And so whether you're here in the VIP backstage pass or whether you're with us live, if you're in for playing full out for these 5 days, I invite you to touch your heart right now and say, I'm in. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and make that even louder for us. I want to turn up the volume on that. If you're willing to play full out, say, I'm in. There you go. Touch your heart. Say, I'm really in. Oh, good. That is awesome. That is awesome. I love it. I can see you VIPs playing full out. So just as a reminder, Mary Morrissey is the founder of the Brave Thinking Institute. And she is the preeminent teacher in the world on dream building. And she has codified a reliable, repeatable system of transformation that literally over 50,000 people have gone through. And back in 2009, we partnered up together to form our coach certification division, because our big dream is this right here, is 1 billion dreams achieved. Helping people achieve the dreams that matter most to them, because when they're doing that, they're living a life that they love. And so over the years, last 15 years, we've trained and certified over 4,500 life coaches around the world. And the reason I share this with you is because we've taken all of that training, all of that knowledge, and every year we're training and certifying new life coaches, but we know what works, what doesn't, and the shortcuts to helping you share a message that impacts and changes people's lives. And not just that, but the shortcuts in how to attract clients and enroll clients and make the process a whole lot easier. And so one of our big values in this institute is fun. And so yesterday, 5 of you won an amazing gift. And today we're giving 5 more of you this gift. This is called the 8 Spiritual Secrets for Multiplying Your Money. And this is written and recorded by Mary Morrissey. It's a brilliant program if you want to increase the prosperity and abundance that you make welcome in your life. You are going to love this program. It's $350 in value. We sell it every day. This is not fake value. We sell it every day for that price on our website. 5 of you, we're going to be giving you this program. So at the very end, we're going to be announcing who those 5 are. And an important reminder is that, know this, you can rewatch these lessons for the week. And after that, they expire. VIPs, you get to have these lessons. You can go in and rewatch them over and over and over again. So the great news is that if you have a new talk coming up and you want to revisit these 5 Ds or any of these points, you have the ability to do that. And of course, your friends can watch too. So we have literally people join this challenge up through probably Thursday. Every time I do it, there's like new people who enroll through Thursday, because each lesson is short enough that they can consume all those lessons by the time they expire. So if you're going through these, if you know of somebody who wants to hone their message or get value from this, make sure you send them the link. It's free to join. They can register. They can consume all of the replays at least while the week that the challenge is live. And our promise to you is through these 5 days, we're going to bring you everything that we can in the time that we have. I'm going to pour in everything that I've got. And you know as well as I do that what we're able to cover in these 5 days is really the veneer of what's possible. Like there's so much more that we can help you with as far as growing your coaching business. So for those of you who are exploring life coaching, or for those of you who are already a life coach, but you would love to go further faster, like you would love to be able to attract clients with greater ease, enroll those clients with greater ease, you would love an economic engine, like how do you actually grow that business faster? Then I promise you that I'm going to make an opportunity available for you to explore what the Brave Thinking Institute has to offer you as far as next steps and how it can support you in living your dream. Okay, so I'll make the first invitation at the end of today, and I think you're really going to love what we have for you. So let's dive in. The 5 Ds of a dynamite signature story. You now know what problem you solve. But how do you take that problem and then embed it into the story that's going to open people's minds, open people's hearts, and draw them into your talks, your presentations, and ultimately your business? So there are 3 prerequisites before any client says yes to you. They have to have 3 things. What do you think those 3 things are? These 3 prerequisites before they say yes to you, as far as their relationship with you. Kayleen Davies, Molly Williams says trust. Trust, yes, they have to trust you 100%. Sue, they have to have a desire. Yes, they have to have a desire. Stefan says they have to have connection. They have to know what that problem is. Yes. Liz, Urbina, you nailed it. And so many of you got this because you're great students. They have to know, like, and trust you. This is it. People want to work with coaches that they know, like, and trust. In other words, they feel like they know who you are. They've got a bit of your background, a bit of your personal story. They have to feel like they like you. And get this, people like people who believe what they believe. And so we'll unpack that in our 5 Ds today. They have to like you, and they have to trust that you have what it takes to help them solve their problem. And the cool part is the fastest way to create know, like, and trust is through sharing your story. It is the fastest way to generate this, is sharing your personal signature story. So let's go high level for just a moment. And let's take a look like 30,000 feet. What do the most successful life coaches, I was sharing with you before how, for those of you who are brand new, my first year as a life coach, I had a heart and a passion for helping people. My big passion is increasing love in the world, helping people in their relationships and helping people attract the love of their life. And my first year in growing my coaching business, I struggled, man. I struggled. And I completely ran out of money. I went flat broke. And it wasn't until I got a mentor in my life, in other words, my mom, in this case, showed me what she was doing to be successful. And all highly successful coaches operate under this exact same business model. So that's why I want to share it with you, because you want to make sure that you have these 3 components in your business for it to really thrive. And the first component is this, let me bring this full screen here, is there's a phase in which you attract clients, then you enroll those clients, but then you're going to coach those clients. And when you're coaching clients, you want to have a proven and reliable system that you're going to coach them through, right? A system is what a lot of brand new coaches do, is they do one-off coaching sessions. Bad idea. What a lot of new coaches do is they'll say, well, I'll sell you a package of 5 coaching sessions. Bad idea. Because the person, I remember in doing some counseling, the lady was like, I did one counseling session and she was like, all right, well, let's keep going. And I said, okay, well, what's the journey ahead look like? And she was like, I don't know, maybe we should sign up for like 10 sessions together and then just see where we are at the end of those 10 sessions. And I was like, that doesn't sound very good to me. I'm not buying 10 sessions to see where I am at the end of those 10 sessions. I want you to make me a promise of where I'm going to be at the end of those 10 sessions. What's the outcome I'm going to have? Why would I invest? Not just my money, but my time in coming all the way down here. What am I going to learn? What are you going to teach me? When you have a proven program where you're able to tell people, hey, at the end of these 90 days or at the end of this 6 months, here's where you're going to be. Here's what you're going to know. Here's how you're going to feel. People are way more likely to invest in that. And you want a program that isn't just something that you've invented this year, right? You want something that's tried and true and tested. Why? Because that's what people want. People want to know that they're going through something that other people have gotten results with. And that's why when people become certified with the Brave Thinking Institute, we give you the Dream Builder system, a system that 50,000 people have gone through. They've got incredible results in all kinds of areas of their life for you to walk people through, because we want to shorten the learning curve for you. We just want to hand it to you and train you and certify you in how to take people through this. So you have that. Here's where the next people start. How do you attract clients? You and I both know that the fastest way to attract clients is when they know, like, and trust you. The fastest way to do that is through sharing your story and through speaking, through presenting. And tomorrow we'll talk about all the different ways in which you can share that story and speak. But here's the mistake most coaches make. You see, advanced level speakers and trainers and coaches, they'll get on a stage, they'll host a webinar. It's a virtual stage or an in-person stage. And what they'll do is they'll sell their coaching program from the stage. And you can absolutely do this and enroll people, an entire group of people, into your coaching programs. And let me share with you the perspective that skill set is a highly honed and crafted skill set where the learning curve is steep. How do I know? Because this is what I was trying to do the year I was failing growing my coaching business, is I would put together these talks and I would try to sell from the stage into my coaching program. And I didn't know what I was doing. There's a particular formula for a presentation that enrolls people into your coaching program. I had no idea what it was. I was trying to reinvent the wheel. And so what most people do is they go broke trying to do this without learning what it takes. And so most people miss this secret sauce. There's another step that you can take that actually hones your craft if you ever do want to sell from the stage. And it's this right here. Strategy sessions. So instead of, when you're enrolling clients, the best way to enroll clients is through a one-on-one complimentary conversation. It's a one free coaching session that you give them. It's called a strategy session. You can name it. My advice is name it something that your ideal client wants. It could be a dream builder breakthrough session. It could be a financial breakthrough session, like a pain breakthrough session or a health breakthrough session or whatever it is. Name it something they want. There's a particular formula that we train our coaches in and how this conversation goes. We've had literally probably at this point over 75,000 of these conversations. And so there's a formula that we use that gives people the best chance at saying yes to themselves and their dream with your coaching program. But having this conversation is going to help, number one, people enroll in your coaching program, but also number two, hone your skills so that you know exactly what people's objections are, how to overcome those objections, and how to use those in your talk itself. So what we're doing this week right here is we're working on this skill set, is attracting clients, having them be highly interested in what you do through how you're telling your story. Okay? And so just know this. Your story has the power to change people's lives. You see, I think it was Steve Harvey who said this, is that your career is what you get paid for. Your calling is what you're made for. And here's what's great. I believe that as a life coach, we get to do both. We get to do what we're made to do, which is impact people's lives, make a difference in their lives, and we get paid for it. It's your calling and your career in one. And I also believe that you are not here by accident. You don't have that calling by accident. There's a purpose. It's linked to your greater purpose. And there are people right now who are praying you up. And that's why I do what I do, to pour into you, to help you meet them when they need you, to help you be able to serve them, to help them recognize you because your message is so dialed in. They're like, that's the person I want to work with. And you have no idea, as you begin to share your story in different ways, the people that you're going to impact. And I share this from personal experience. About a year ago, I got a message from a woman who said, Matt, you don't know me, but 18 months ago, I was suicidal. I was engaged to be married. My fiance broke up with me out of the blue, and I was devastated. And I sunk into a deep, dark depression. I was having suicidal thoughts. And so one night at 2 a.m., I went online and I just started looking for support, looking for answers. And somehow I came across one of your videos. And in that video, you shared a story about how you went through something very similar. And that video saved my life, Matt. Like, I decided not to take my life. I decided that maybe there was new hope for me. Maybe things could work out for me. And I slowly started to change my life. 6 months later, I got back into the dating scene and I ended up meeting the love of my life. And he just proposed last week and we have plans to get married, and I'm in the best space I've ever been in my life. And I just thought that you should know that that video changed my life. And when I got that message, I was so moved. I was so touched. I had no idea that when I made that video, who it would be impacting. I had no idea that someone was going to watch that video at 2 a.m. that was going to be in a really dark space. And guess what? You're going to have that same impact. There are going to be people that you go to a talk, you give a talk, or you put a message out there online. There's going to be someone who hears that message who needs it in that moment, and you'll have no idea who they are, but you'll have shown up and you will have served them. Your story has the power to change people's lives. And so let's talk about, how do we craft that kind of a story? How do we craft a story that meets people when they need it most? And so this is the 5 Ds of a dynamite signature story. And I am a student of speaking, a student of storytelling, read all kinds of books, took all kinds of courses, hired speaker coaches, and I have a master's in education, and one of my talents is frameworks. And so what I've done is I've condensed the different concepts that I've read in different books and different trainings I've gone to, and I've put it into this framework called the 5 Ds of a dynamite signature story, because it's simple, it's easy to use, and you can apply it to any story that you want to tell. And it's brilliant for your main signature story. Because here's what's great. The better you become at storytelling, the more influence and impact you will have on others. And so here's your goal. The signature story goal is this, is to build rapport and connection with your audience. Number 2 is to demonstrate your authority and your competency in your subject matter. And number 3 is to ignite your audience to action. You want your talks to have them move, not just to keep their lives the same, to have them actually decide for something new. Right? And so what this does, think about this, is all about know, like, and trust. And so every signature story has 5 key components, and here's what they are. I'm going to list them for you first, and then we're going to unpack them one by one. So here are the 5. Number 1 is discontent or despair. And then there's some sort of defining event that happens. Then there's a decision moment, a decision that's made out of that defining event. There's a discovery process of how you solve the pain, and then there's a dream realized. A dream realized, a dream achieved. This is the outcome or the benefit. These are the 5 Ds: discontent, defining event, decision moment, discovery, and dream realized. So let's dive right in. Let's talk about discontent and despair. So in your story, you're going to start with what the pain was. And here's the deal. The more your pain can align with your client's pain, the more they will resonate with you and the more they will connect with you. So you want to dive into the pain quickly, and you want to have one main pain point, but no more than 3. Okay? No more than 3. I've heard people do signature stories where they're like, I was overwhelmed with work. I felt suffocated by the unfulfillment I had in my job, and my kids wouldn't talk to me, and my husband was angry with me, and I felt overweight, and I was this and this, and they're just sort of like every area of their life. And you're like, wow, that might be true. Let's focus in on what your clients are dealing with right now and share that part of your pain. And you want to dive in quickly. And what I mean by this is rookie storytellers, novices, give way too much backstory. They'll start with, well, I was born in Shoals, Oregon on a farm. And my mom and my dad really wanted to start their own business, so they didn't spend much time with me. And so my older sister had to raise me, and she would do this and that. And it's sort of kind of connected to the ultimate pain, but it's just way too much backstory. No, instead, think about this like a Mission Impossible movie. How does Mission Impossible start? Right? The opening scene is Tom Cruise tied to a chair with a black eye and a bloody nose, and there's a bomb strapped to his legs. Like you drive right into the problem. And then the audience is thinking, how did he get there and how's he going to get out? And it creates interest and intrigue. You grip them. So when you start right into the problem without the backstory, you're going to hook people and say, well, how did she get there? How is this all going to unfold? So, and just know this, it's okay to talk about the struggle because people will respect you for your success, but they will bond to you through your struggle. It's okay to talk about the struggle. Be vulnerable. And of course, align your struggle with your audience's struggle. The more you do, the more they will resonate. So that's discontent. Then you move right out of that pain. And I'm going to give you an example of all of these after I share with you these 5 Ds. But you go right after that pain, you go to defining event. And this is a catalyst moment in your life, like some sort of moment, event, circumstance, like something happened that caused you to make a decision. So what was this defining event where this is the moment where you draw a line in the proverbial sand saying enough is enough? This is the moment when you've had enough, you're ready to change, and you go for it. And here's the challenge for most of us. Most of us, there isn't like one magical specific event. If that's for you, then great. But for most people, it's kind of all these kind of moments along the way. Pick one. Pick the most recent one. What you don't want to do is tell 3 of them. That's another rookie mistake. Don't tell like 3 different moments that you had. Instead, kind of consolidate them. Pick one moment that this was the moment you decided for change. And tell us about the setting. Where were you? Were you crying on the bathroom floor because you weren't sure how you were going to pay rent? Yesterday, I told you my signature story about it was my very last event. No one signed up for coaching and I'm crying and I've got my hands in my face on my desk. And I call out to God and I say, God, what can I do that I haven't been doing? And I make a decision to get mentorship in that moment. And it changed my life. That was my defining event. And what specifically happened that caused you to act? And then here's a pro tip for you. And know this, it's not about the catastrophic moment. Some of you think, well, I have to have near-death experience, or I have to have gone bankrupt, or I have to have done all these things. No, it's not about a catastrophic moment, but way more it's about the depth of the emotion that you felt and what it means to you. So, in other words, like if you're scared, if you're at your wit's end, if you're feeling completely defeated, whatever it is, it's the depth of the emotion and the depth of the decision that you're going to make that leads us right into decision moment. Decision moment is describe the moment you decided to change and what the decision was. And combine with that these 2 ideas, like what was the feeling that you had, and literally name the emotion, because when you name the emotion, number 1, you're making yourself vulnerable for the audience. It's authentic. They can feel you. They can see you. But number 2, if they feel that way in their life, they're going to resonate with you. It's like tuning forks, right? When you, whatever the pain and the emotion, yesterday we talked about the problem. I help people who feel. And if you, whatever those emotions are, if you felt those emotions, then when you describe those emotions in your story, that tuning fork goes off. Guess what happens to those emotions in them? They begin to feel those emotions even more. It helps get them in touch with that discontent, in touch with that pain point. So describe being scared or not knowing how or frustrated or exhausted, whatever it is. And then here's a pro tip also. Share how opportunities rarely come when it's convenient or it's comfortable, but you were willing to make the decision anyway. 2 reasons you share this. Number 1, it's true. But the second thing is, when you're sharing this decision moment, what you're doing is you're modeling for the audience what's required for them to change their life. Decision precedes every great change. Someone wants to change their health, they've got to decide for it. Someone wants to find the love of their life, they've got to decide for it. Someone wants the business, they've got to decide for it. You've got to decide for what you want. But decisions are scary because most people have made bad decisions in the past. They haven't worked out. And so what their paradigm does is before a decision, people's limiting belief is going to tell them all the reasons why now is not the right time. It's not convenient. Save your money, do it later, do it next year when you don't have as much on your plate, right? The paradigm is going to try to make them more comfortable. Like, save up your money first before you make a decision for this. It'll just try to delay you. But more dreams have been killed by delay than anything else. Delay is the biggest murderer of dreams on this planet. So this is why when you're sharing, I made this decision. It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't convenient. I didn't know how it was all going to work out. But what I knew is I was not going back. I was not going to live that life. This is what I wanted. I made a decision for it. And then you go on a journey. And this is every single one of you. You either already have a solution, or like Matthew, you were sharing with me earlier in our VIP session, you're looking for a solution. You're looking for, how do I help transform people's lives? So whether you already have one or you're going to find one and you're looking for it right now, step 4 is where you describe how you discover the solution. And here's what you want to do. You do not want to talk about the process of the solution. All you want to describe is that you've got one. Okay? Really, I can't impress that enough. You don't want to describe, so I help people own their self-worth, and I help them do forgiveness work, and I help them really get clear, and I help them restructure how much money they're saving every month for the financial advisors, right? You don't want to describe the steps. But what you do want to do is talk about that you have a framework, and that it's proven, it's reliable, and it's repeatable, and they can use it. Because here's what your clients want to know. Your clients want to know, if I work with you, that I'm going to be able to follow a plan. I'm going to follow a recipe. It's just like a great recipe that if you actually do this and you follow these steps, you're going to get something that looks and tastes beautiful and great and amazing. That's what they want. They want this proven system, right? And then dream fulfilled. So you basically say, in step 4, you say, so I was in this pain, I made this decision, and I went to discover the solution, and I discovered a solution that completely changed my life. It's proven, it's reliable, it's repeatable. So many people have used it. It's changed their lives, it's changed my lives. And today, and here's where you describe the dream fulfilled. Today, I'm experiencing this result. I'm feeling this way. What are the results you've created from the program or system? And the closer your results align with your clients' benefit that they want, the more they're going to be inspired to work with you. So you remember I always said today's building on yesterday, all the stuff we did yesterday. So what are the results that you have that are a direct tie to the problem and the outcome that you solve for your client? That outcome, where are the parts in your life that you're experiencing that outcome? And you have clients that are experiencing that outcome, for those of you who already have clients, right? So the dream fulfilled, know this. You want to align the very first step was despair, right? It's the pain. And the very last step is the dream. You want to connect those two. So you want to align your despair with your dream realized. And you don't want to have any more than 3. So let's say your despair was feeling unfulfilled because you didn't know your purpose. Now your dream realized, if you were unfulfilled, what would the dream realized be? Go ahead and chat it in right now. What would the dream realized be if you were unfulfilled that you want to describe? Fulfilled, says Nancy. Exactly right. That you're feeling fulfilled. You're feeling fulfilled. You're feeling fulfilled. Exactly. Use the exact word. One of you wrote enriched. Use the exact words in the beginning saying, I was unfulfilled. Dream realizes, now I'm feeling fulfilled. If you're feeling lost without purpose, now I'm feeling on path, on purpose with myself. Another dream is if you are feeling overwhelmed, right? You're feeling overwhelmed, like there's way too much to do. Now, how do you feel? What's the dream realized if you felt overwhelmed? Go ahead and chat it in. At peace and content. Great. Stress-free, great. Balanced or at peace, great. All of those. Blissful, capable, in control, right? Awesome. I love that. Let me give you just another example. If you're despair, let's say, unfulfilled, you're feeling overwhelmed. Let's say you're feeling like your relationship. Let's say this. Let's say your relationship has massive conflict. And that was one of the main pain points, is that you're constantly fighting with your spouse. What would the dream realize be? What would the dream realize be if you're constantly fighting with your spouse? That there's harmony, exactly. That you feel connected, that there's greater love, that there's no more fights, right? There's intimacy, connection, understanding that you're writing. Elise, love, great, perfect. So you get the idea. You want to align whatever your pain is with the outcome. In coaching literally thousands of people through this process, there was one woman who talked about her main pain was feeling unfulfilled in her career and that she was working super long hours and she never got to see her children. So she goes through she goes through that pain, a defining moment where she says enough is enough. She makes a decision to go after what she really wants, is to launch this new business. And now her dream realized is her business is thriving. She's making way more money, double, triple the money she was making before. She gets to travel all over the world and speak and teach and coach. What's missing in her dream realized? What did she forget to tell us as an audience? That her children, right? Her kids. Like, where are her kids? You tell me you wanted more time with your kids, and then the dream realized is all about how amazing your business is. So the audience is going to pick this stuff up. The audience is going to remember what your pain was. And when you solve the pain and not you tie it up in a bow, there's this feeling of completion that the audience feels. They're like, oh yes, this is great storytelling. We all want the completion. You want to close the loop. So whatever the pain is, that's what you want to solve. So I'll give you an example of this in my life. Okay, there we go. So when I was, and this is let me just share, this is a signature story that I have shared as it is right now in its form probably 1,000 times. And it has generated and literally has led to millions and millions of dollars in my coaching business, helping people attract the love of their life. And I think the reason it resonates is it's true, it's heartfelt, and it's my story. And so I share with them that when I was growing up, I'm going to give you one little nuance. This is a pro tip for everybody, that sometimes to set up your pain, it really helps by giving the audience what you want most, like what your big desire was. And then by not having that desire, it caused you the pain. And that was the case in my story, because in my late 20s, what I wanted more than anything in the world, more than a business, more than to be successful in the worldly sense, what I wanted more than anything was to be the love of my life, to meet the love of my life, to be in an amazing partnership, romantic relationship, and have a family and be a dad and have those moments on Saturday morning where like I'm snuggling with my wife and I can hear the pitter patter of feet like run down the hallway, and the kids like jump in bed with us and snuggle, and like that was my dream. And the irony was it was like no matter the harder I worked at that dream, it was like the further away it went. I went after breakup, to the point where I was finally with a woman I thought I was going to marry. And she called me one day and said, Matt, I'm not in love with you. It's over. And I felt like her news was like a wrecking ball slamming into my chest, splitting my heart in half. I felt just devastated. And I had this fear come over me like this big black blanket, feeling like, what if it's never going to happen for me? All my friends were getting married at this time. Other people seemed like it was easy for them to find the love of their life. And I was feeling like maybe it's just not going to happen for me. And one particular weekend, I was hanging out with my grandparents who had been married 63 years, and where I was taking them to lunch. And so we had parked the car and they were walking in front of me holding hands, and my heart is just aching from this breakup. And from whatever reason, in that moment, in that day, on this sidewalk, I look up and I see my grandparents, and it was like a movie effect where everything around them blurred away and they became this foreground, and I could literally see the love between them. And they transcended the relationship from my grandparent to grandson, and I saw them as these two kids who had fallen in love 6 decades ago. And now with one of them, my grandfather's health was failing, one of them at the end of his life, and here they were still beautifully crazy in love with each other. And I felt the walls that I had put up in my heart, I felt them begin to melt away. And I thought to myself in that moment, I want what they're having. That's the kind of love that I want in my life. And after lunch on the ride home, I got an idea. And it was like this lightning bolt idea. And what the idea was to interview America's greatest marriages, couples just like them who had been married over 40 years, to find their secrets for what makes love last. How do you find the person you want to be with, and how do you make it last? Because God knows what I was trying wasn't working. And let me tell you, this was a crazy idea for me to get because I didn't have the money to do this. I didn't have the time to do this. I was in graduate school getting my master's degree. This was incredibly inconvenient and wildly uncomfortable for me. But I knew if I wanted to change my life, I was going to have to do something different. And so in that moment, I made a decision. I made a decision that I didn't care how long it was going to take. I was going to figure out the secrets for how to change my love life by interviewing these couples. And I was going to put it together in a book that would change my life and anyone else's life who wanted to learn these secrets for themselves as well. And so I got busy. Here's my grandparents, Jack and Dorothy Mannon. My grandfather passed away a few short months later. And so I committed to this trip and I went on the search for America's greatest marriages. I drove 12,000 miles around the United States, interviewing over 300 of America's greatest marriages. And the wild thing is, as I began to interview these couples, I began to see common practices. I began to discover the common principles they all shared that led to these incredible lifelong love stories. And it completely changed my life. Completely opened my heart in brand new ways, completely shifted how I was operating in relationships. And literally, I ended up writing the book, and on the book tour, because of a new way of being, understanding what these couples had taught me, with the last stop on the book tour, I ended up meeting my wife. And then 4 years later, to that day, we got married. And here we are. This is our wedding day. And today, I can share with you that we enjoy an amazing marriage. This is the love of my life. I get the privilege of being her husband and the privilege of being the dad to these 3 beautiful little kids. And on Saturday morning, I'm snuggling with my wife and I get to hear the pop, 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 pop of the little feet as they go and they jump in bed and we snuggle. And so today, my friends, this system that I learned from America's Greatest Marriages has 10 steps to it. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 of these steps in hopes that these steps not only can impact your love life, but change and enhance your love life forever. So let's get into it. And scene. And that's it. That's my story. That's my signature story. So my question for you is, let's do this. I'm going to share with you 2 signature stories. One is mine, and another one is from a gentleman named Kevin Carton. And so I'm going to share with you that signature story right now. But when we come back, I'm going to ask you, this signature story comes from a testimonial that he gave. But he follows these 5 Ds in his signature story. And so this was an event we were hosting. This gentleman's name is Kevin Carton. He was a pharmacist who became a life coach and changed his life with the Brave Thinking Institute's life coaching certification. I want you to pay attention to the pain, the discontent, his decision moment, the discovery or the pain, defining event, decision moment, discovery, and the dream realized. And I'm going to ask you about it when we come back. This is probably an 8-minute video. So watch this.
8 years ago, I was in school to get my doctorate in pharmacy. At the time, I started working as a pharmacy technician in a Rite Aid pharmacy. And I started to notice that the same people were coming back again and again, month after month, with the same health issues. And I could see on their faces the despair and could feel their pain. And after months of that, I started to notice I felt disheartened. After it was about a year I was working in that community pharmacy, that I started to notice that I felt that I had lost my purpose. I didn't feel that being a pharmacist was my purpose in life anymore. I felt guilty because my parents had invested tens of thousands of dollars in my education. And I also started to feel alone as well because my parents didn't understand why I wanted to leave that career path. It was also really challenging because at the time working at that job, I was earning about $12,000 a year, barely making ends meet, paying rent. And I was living with 5 of my friends in pharmacy school who were questioning my path and questioning why I was wondering about doing something different. And I felt constrained as well because financially I was just barely making ends meet. And the place we were living, I had a small room, it was like a closet-like room, and I felt like I was really stuffed in there. And on top of all of that, those challenges and the worry about should I stay in this career path or not, I started to get really anxious. And that anxiety had developed into a condition, a health condition. It's a skin condition called psoriasis. And I just, the pain of that, the skin irritation, the redness in my skin, I just felt like it was really difficult. And so out of all those challenges, I went for several months back and forth of whether I should stay or I should leave this career path. And after that several months, I decided to make the scary, difficult, and uncertain decision to leave and not continue to get my doctorate. And now I graduated. I got a 4-year degree, but didn't get my doctorate. I was still working in pharmacy, so I was still feeling deeply unfulfilled. And I started to just look for options and looked into personal development. And I got connected with Bob Proctor, who introduced me to Mary Morrissey and the Brave Thinking Institute. And that's when I was introduced to becoming a Dream Builder coach and getting certified with the Brave Thinking Institute to become a life coach. And that lit me up. I felt like it was an answer to my prayers. It was my purpose. So I invested in becoming a Dream Builder coach and I started my business. Within 6 months, I was actually full-time in my business, which was great. I started to increase my income, but I also noticed my clients kept asking, what's next? Because all I had at the time was to offer the Dream Builder program. So I invested in becoming a life mastery consultant to be able to offer my clients an extended path of study. And my life had changed completely. So I'd love to share with you about my life right now. So first and foremost, my business. Over the last 12 months, I have generated over $100,000 in revenue by serving over 50 clients so far in this year. And over the last 5 years since I started my coaching business, I have generated over $425,000. And it's just incredible the impact that I get to make by doing this too, because that money is a reflection of the impact that I get to make in my clients' lives. And I'm feeling so fulfilled by my work. I absolutely love what I do, and I wake up excited for the day and what I get to do in my work. And one of my clients I would love to tell you about, and the opportunity I have to serve her in longer periods of time as being a life mastery consultant. Her name is Caitlin, and she went through the Dream Builder program with me 4 times in a row. So an entire year of coaching together in just the Dream Builder. And she kept asking what was next. And at the time, I only could bring her through the Dream Builder. But then when I became a life mastery consultant, I had the opportunity to serve her at a deeper level. And I offered her longer periods of time. We worked together for 2.5 years. And just a couple of months ago, she emailed me saying that she achieved one of her lifelong dreams of manifesting her man, attracting the love of her life. And they just got engaged, which is incredible. And the result that she created with that. And I just feel so proud and honored that I was able to support her in that as well. And with that, I mean, I'm living a life that I love, living my dreams. One of them is that my health. At the time before, several years ago, was dealing with a skin condition because I was anxious. Now I'm feeling so much more calm, vibrant, healthy, and alive. And I actually have a picture of a before and after of my skin and the condition I was dealing with. And so I'm feeling so much more alive in my body. I love my body. My skin is showing it, and I absolutely love my health. In addition to my health, with the time and money freedom for my business, I chose to move from my home in New York to Colorado, which is a dream state of mine. I wanted to move here for a while because I love snowboarding. And since I moved, and with the increasing confidence because of my health change, I attracted the love of my life Her name is Vivian, and we've been together now for 4 years, and she loves snowboarding just as I do. We also, just last year, bought our first home. It's a townhome that we bought. We have a picture here of us on the day we bought that home. It was sold. And so just so much difference than the tiny closet-like room that I had 8 years ago. Now have my own office, and I get to work from here, and it's just been amazing getting to share that with Vivian. And then finally, probably my favorite result, my greatest dream come true, is that since I've been together with Vivian for 4 years, I propose, and we are getting married now in just 2 weeks. And so I have a picture here of us with the engagement, the photo shoot for the engagement, and I could not be happier with this woman in my life. And she's just the dream woman I've always dreamed of being. And just, I'm so proud of myself for all the decisions I made to become this man that I am now, to be able to have this kind of business, to make this kind of impact, having the time, money, freedom to do so, to do what I want to do, go where I want to go. And I am forever grateful for the Brave Thinking Institute, for becoming a life mastery consultant, and all of the support I've received throughout the years, because I would not be where I am today without it.
Let's celebrate that story. First of all, that transformation in Kevin's life, his clients' life, who he's impacting in the world. Let's unpack this for a moment. What was Kevin's discontent? Go ahead and chat it in. What was Kevin's discontent when he started his story? He was working as a pharmacist, but what specifically was his discontent? Yeah, Carmen, that he had lost purpose, not living his purpose, that he was disheartened, he was unfulfilled in his work. And it was because he would see these clients come in and they weren't really getting better, right? And so what was his defining event? What was an event that happened that caused him to change his life? The way he tells it is not 100% crystal clear. This is an area where he could actually improve on this one. But what was his, there you go. I love it. Raquel, Elizabeth, so many of you said this, his psoriasis, right? His psoriasis, his skin disease had gotten, or his skin condition had gotten so bad that he was like, look, enough is enough. I've got to make a change. And what he did really, really well was talk about the difficulty of making that change, the guilt of his parents putting all that money into his education, how he wasn't sure how it was all going to work out. And so he has their defining event. The decision was that he was going to make a change, but he didn't know exactly what it was. So his discovery process was discovering what it was that he really wanted to do, and then that proven reliable system that the Brave Thinking Institute offered. So his discovery process was getting certified. So then what was the dream realized? Did you see how he tied up every single pain point? Go ahead and chat in. What was the dream realized for him? His health. Yes. His dream realized was, and his dream realized wasn't that he became a life coach. And this is a point. That's what it looks like, but the true dream realized is yes. There it is. I'm going to scroll this up here. Kathy nailed it. Janicki nailed it. Goldie nailed it. Marie nailed it. The true dream realized is the antithesis of the pain, remember. If his pain was unfulfillment, his true dream realizes now he's got fulfillment. If the pain was that clients aren't changing because of his pharmacy pills that he's handing out, the true dream is that now clients are changing. So you hear that he told a story about a client. One of his clients met the love of their life, right? How awesome is that? Another dream realized is that his health, his skin condition cleared up. But then the other benefits, and this is just icing on the cake, that he got married, he bought a house together with Vivian, or he got engaged. Today they're married and enjoying an amazing life together. So now in a moment, we're going to practice you outlining your 5 Ds, okay? And we're also going to, coming up, give away, as I promised you, the 8 spiritual secrets for multiplying your money to make welcome more abundance into your life. But first, as promised at the very beginning of this session, I have a gift for those of you who would love support in either having a proven system of transformation that you can walk people through, and helping them, like Matthew, you were talking about, wanting a way to make a difference and a way to make impact and having a certification. For those of you who don't have one yet, this is for you. It's also for those of you who would love support in getting your message out there in a greater way and attracting clients. If you would love the economic engine for your business, then this is for you. But let me also tell you who this is not for. This is not for someone who is undecided on whether or not being a life coach as a path to fulfill your purpose is what you want to do. This is not for you if you're not sure that you want to be a life coach. If you are really serious about exploring this, or you're already doing it, this is for you. And here's what this is. If you're looking to be supported, trained, certified, or up-level your existing business, and you are interested in exploring if the Brave Thinking Institute feels like it might be a right fit. You know, we train and certify 70% of people we certify are not yet coaches, but the other 30% are already coaches that have either one or multiple certifications, and they're looking for additional tools to help them go further faster. You're going to learn through this certification how to develop powerful presentations and workshops that change people's lives. We actually give you already done workshops that you can customize, and transformational coaching skills. Those transformational programs are done for you. How to attract clients, done for you. How to enroll those clients. Remember that strategy session script? That's handed to you. You get exactly the script on how to enroll those clients, those 7 steps. But this is really only for you if you know that now is your time. Like, you want to shorten the learning curve. You're like I was. You're like, you want to go for this, and you don't want to wind up where you're completely running out of money or completely struggling. Like, you're ready to get mentorship, someone who can help you go further faster. If you're willing and you're ready and willing to invest in yourself, in your purpose, this is for you. And so here's what it is. It's a 90-minute one-on-one conversation. We call it a strategy session with one of our highly trained program experts who they are a professional in the life coaching industry. And what they're going to help you do is they're going to walk you through this guided process. It's a blueprint process where you're going to get clarity on your purpose and passion as a life coach, who it is that you want to serve. They're going to help give you valuable insights into the life coaching industry. And they're going to give you a virtual tour of the Brave Thinking Institute and all the tools that we have to help you, support you, all the trainings we have to help you and support you in getting your life coaching business to the next level for yourself. And so you're going to explore what the qualifications are. And if this feels like a good fit for you, then they'll guide you through a simple enrollment process to help you get signed up and enroll. And let me just share with you, every time we do this 5-day challenge, we have at least 50 of you who say yes to this. And you're like, I'm in. I think my team was already telling me before we even got going, somehow one of you found your way to this strategy session, and 30 of you have already signed up. One of you have already signed up for the strategy session. One of you have already said, yeah, I'm in for the Brave Thinking Institute. And so I want to celebrate that action, because that is just awesome. That is just awesome. So here's the deal. Whether or not you invest in additional certification and support with us, here's what's great. We make this session available to every single one of you who would love it, because at the end of this, you're going to come out with a custom blueprint. Like, this is a super highly valuable conversation that I hope every single one of you claims for yourself. And really it becomes, my concept of this is it's like a GPS. Is it points you in the direction of your highly successful coaching business. GPS stands for, it's a get clients method, proven curriculum, and a sales system, which is often what we're missing in order to grow our highly successful life coaching business. There is one catch, and the one catch is this, is that because these are one-on-one conversations, we've got limited space. We can only have so many of these conversations, and we usually have room for between 200 and 300 conversations, but there's 4,500 of you here now. So it's first come, first serve, and you can claim your session right here by going to bti.com/life coach. I'm going to have the team chat the link in the chat for us and in the comment section on the Facebook group as well. So what we're going to do is right now, we're going to give you, it only takes 2 minutes to fill out the form, and that completes and holds your spot for you. So we'll take 2 minutes right now, give yourself a chance to fill out this form, claim it. And here's the thing, if you are at all wondering and would love either to become a life coach, this is a step that you can take. Or if you're already certified and you're like, gosh, I really would love to go further faster. I would love it to be easier to attract clients. I would love it to get my message out there in a great way. If that's on your mind or your heart, this is the most important next step that you can take without a shadow of a doubt. And so let us serve you in this way with this one-on-one conversation. So I encourage you to click the link in the chat or just go to bti.com/lifecoach, fill out that form. And what we're going to do right now, here we go. What we're going to do right now is fill that form out. And then when we come back, we're going to take 3 minutes and we're going to outline our 5 Ds together. And then I'll give you your next steps for today's homework. So here we go. I'll play some music for us. Go ahead and fill out this form. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Good work. Good job. I want to just send some love to all of you who are already certified coaches with us, and the comments that you're putting in the chat about how much you love the program means so much to me. Just to answer a couple of the questions, Sam, you had asked, what happens if I'm already a master coach in the health field? And as I was sharing, about 30% of the people who come to Brave Thinking Institute to become certified already have certifications through other programs, like they're master practitioners or master coaches. And one of the things they're really looking for is, number one, the economic engine, so the system for how to attract and enroll clients. The second thing they're looking for is just additional tools, additional curriculum and programs that they can take their clients through, because as you know, as you extend the client path, you have more programs for them to invest in, they'll continue to invest with you. So one of the easiest ways to double or triple your income is to double or triple your client path. So if you want to explore that, it's a great conversation to have with the program experts. And so go ahead and claim that free conversation for yourself. So here's what we're going to do right now. 5 Ds of a signature story. Quick review. Starts with despair, then goes to a defining event, then your decision moment, then your discovery, then your dream realized. Here's your homework. In a moment, I'm going to give away for five of you the 8 Spiritual Secrets for Multiplying Your Money program. But first, I want to share with you the homework. Your homework is to outline your 5 Ds and share them in the Facebook group on video. Okay, on video. So this is not having a fully crafted signature story. This is just literally reading or listening, say, so, you know, my 5 Ds, here's what I'm thinking. I think my despair is where I was really battling heartache from a relationship. I thought I was going to marry this person and they broke up with me. My defining event was this. My decision moment was this. The discovery process I made was this. And then here's the dream realized. And just list it out. This one step is super important because this step is precedes you actually crafting a full-blown signature story. So give yourself permission to just have a quick outline on it. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to take 3 minutes right now, and we're going to work on this together in this environment. 3 minutes right now. I'm going to play some music. So just list out what your despair is, defining event, decision moment, discovery, and dream realized. Go ahead. Good work, everybody. Go ahead and pause right where you are. You'll have more time to unpack this and unfold this, but let's just go ahead and pause right there. And here is your homework. homework for today is to go into the Facebook group, and I challenge you, go on video. I know some of you are going to be like, dang it, Matt, I'm doing this only because you challenged me to. Some of you love video, others of you not so much. Go on video and just share with us. Tell us, what are your 5 Ds? And as an outline form, it doesn't even have to be all dialed in yet, but this is you working it out. This is you exploring it, okay? That is your challenge for today. And now is our time to give away to 5 of you who have been engaged playing full out the 8 spiritual secrets for multiplying your money. So our team has selected them. They're right here. Go ahead and show me that drum roll, please. Drum roll. All right, the 5 winners are Holly Aldred. Holly, we're celebrating you. Alexis Mariza, we're celebrating you, Alexis. Joanne Wilson, Joanne, we're celebrating you. Emma Hopkins, Emma, we're celebrating you. Woo-hoo. Donna George is the 5th winner of the 8 spiritual secrets. Donna, we're celebrating you. So Holly, Alexis, Joanne, Emma, Donna, feel a big hug from us to you. Congratulations on playing full out, posting in the group. And for all of us in this group, if you haven't yet received a gift like this, know this, there's actually a gift for every single one of us. On that page, bti.com/life coach, is a special download of a song called This Is My Life. The song that you've been hearing as we've been preparing for in the intro video and the exit video for this challenge is written and recorded by my wife, Irene Boggs. It's called an Affirmajam. It's an amazing song packed with affirmations to tune your mind to success. It's a gift from us to you. So head to that link, bti.com/life coach. We can bring it right back. There we go, right back. Where is it? There, right back there. bti.com/life coach. For all of you who haven't claimed your free session yet, you can do that on this same link. And for all of us, a free gift for every one of us is the This Is My Life song. So, all right, tomorrow, my friends, we're going to be getting into where to share your story and how to stand out from the crowd. And we're going to be crafting our 5D signature story even more. Tell you where you can share this, how to stand out. It's going to be an amazing day. So I hope to join you live right here at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And for all of us in the VIP room, we've got 30 minutes of VIP Q&A laser coaching. So please stick around. We're going to be launching that in 5 minutes. So from my heart to yours, I'm sending you love to everybody. And I'll see you in that Facebook room. VIPs, I'll see you in 5 minutes.
This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. This is my life. This is my time. I believe in me. I believe in my dream. I feel the leader in me. It's coming through me. It's growing in me. It's showing. There's something big happening. It's perfect timing. It's my true calling. I'm unstoppable.